The second incorrect view is infralapsarianism. Infra meaning below. This concept says that the decree of election, meaning to call someone to salvation, is logically after the decree to permit the fall. This is held by strong Calvinists, but it is technically not double predestination. In essence, God created all, and then he permitted the fall of man. Since then, he has and he will continue to elect some, but he will pass by others. He provides and applies salvation only for the elect. He chooses who will be saved, and they have no choice in the matter. Traditional Calvinists such as R.C. Sproul, John Piper, and others are in this category. This view still holds to limited atonement, like the first view. Christ's atonement is limited only to those who are elected, and it applies, both potentially and actually, only to certain people who will be saved. To the saved, it is forced salvation, and to the unsaved, we could use the term uncaring condemnation. We'll go back to the Garden of Eden to understand. God creates the garden and the man. After this, man disobeyed, and the catastrophe of sin entered into the realm. It is at this time that God decides who he will save and who he will simply ignore. In the meantime, man is forced from the garden into a stream of existence, one generation leading to the next. But that stream leads away from the garden to the abyss of hell, complete and total separation from God. During this course of time, God actively comes along and initiates a process of salvation for some of these people. He gives them his Spirit, and he seals them for future glory, whether they want it or not. The rest, he simply ignores. He does nothing to secure their salvation. They were simply not a part of his plan. Now, one might argue that this isn't a hateful God, but that is incorrect. He is uncaring about those he did not elect, and to not care about their eternal state is an unloving act. He made the choice for salvation or condemnation after the fall, but he also did so before he actually took any action to correct the matter. Thus, the cross is an afterthought in God's redemptive plans and purposes. In his mind, they were saved before his decree to correct their state. Like the first view, the work of Jesus may be a part of this process, but it is actually a secondary thought in the stream of events.